What is so funny is to listen to everybody's opinion about Bitcoin. This is an important subject. I just realized something.
Yeah.
We have the only answer to how to survive a downturn in the stock market. You know that?
How to survive a downturn in the stock market. Okay.
You know the answers. You're thinking about the answers right now. If right now, let's say the stock market plummets or anything happens where all these retail companies get hit and everybody lose, let's just say 30% across the board. I would say the industry that we're in, they're not going to get hit 30% across the board. And I would say that we could take 10 companies, and by the end of this year, those 10 companies will have more cash. I don't know if that's true.
Might be.
Really?
They'll have more profit.
They have more profit than the top 10. Yeah, per share they have more profit, or no? They're just going to have a ton of cash. And if Bitcoin goes to 100, forget it.
Yeah, then it's all over.
I mean, you know, the big boys like Amazon, Apple, well, you can't say Tesla because Tesla doesn't have a ton of cash.
No, Apple and Amazon and Microsoft have so much cash that Apple's got $200 billion.
If you take and just take those three out of the equation, and you take, I'm going to say a crazy one. I don't know, you want to say the top 50?
Top 50 companies?
Yeah. Wonder what that adds up to.
It's still good. Well, there's some other big, there's like 12 monster companies, and then it drops off a bunch from there. There's like Tesla, I think, is 6 at like 500 or 600 billion, and then there's some in the 400 billion. This is market cap,
right? And
then it starts to drop off. But even still, you get down to 200 billion, 300 billion. I mean, we're talking about what George is talking about is the mining companies for Bitcoin right now are very, very low market cap. And
well, not only that, they're low break even. That's the thing that people don't understand about Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining companies.
Right. Their formula for making money is out of this world, as long as Bitcoin doesn't do a full-blown 80% crash.
Hang on a second, let me see something. If it does an 80% crash, it's still profitable.
Right. They still make profit and cash, and they cash flow at that. But you know, they're not the but home run investments at an 80% loss.
I think let's go through business and how business is really done, and that's why everybody picks on capitalism, but people don't understand capitalism. And that's this: everybody works their balls off to make 10%. Wouldn't you agree with that?
10% on the bottom line?
Yes.
Yeah, that's doing great.
I mean, you've audited a whole bunch of companies. How many of those companies do you think the bottom line was 10%?
It's industry specific, but most are less than that.
Okay, and so what people don't understand, and this is what pisses me off even with our channel, what people don't understand is, let's talk about specifically Bitcoin mining companies. Bitcoin mining companies, their bottom line, okay, they pay all their expenses. Their bottom line, I'm going to be conservative and say 50%.
I would say in 2021, it's going to be 50% on the average.
Then next year, it's going up. Hang on a second. Hey, Ron. Sorry. So yeah, so I would say next year, of the companies, you know, that have had all the free money, you know, these are the guys that are getting and making the 10%. I'm saying next year it's going to go up above 50% margins.
If Bitcoin does what we think it's going to do, their profits are going to be like nothing anybody's ever seen.
Even if they stay the same or it goes up just a little bit. I'm just saying Bitcoin at 50,000.
Right.
Bitcoin at 50,000, their margins, and again, I'm being super conservative, are going to be 60%.
Bitcoin at 50,000. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why this is such a suppressed industry right now. And that people do not understand that this is an emerging market. And emerging markets, okay, there's a lot of resistance for people to get into them. But I think there's just such a great upside. Again, say it, Tom? This is not financial.
This is not financial advice. We're not financial advisors. Do your own due diligence, but go look at the Bitcoin miners. We'll throw out a few names. There's the North American Bitcoin miners in particular. You have the ability to trade. There's a few already listed on the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ, and there's a bunch in Canada that are over the counter. And a lot of those are coming over to the NASDAQ. So do your own due diligence, but that's what we're talking about.
And listen, this is 2021. And let me tell you something. I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars on these stocks right now. And you know what's really funny? I don't care. Because within a year from now, so I'll say the year of the poop, 2022, I would imagine that they will all have doubled from my purchase price. That's what I'm saying.
And it's a paper loss,
right?
Because you're holding, it's not a loss until you sell it.
The problem is I use toilet paper every day. That's the problem.
Well, you're not going to want to use that right now. Save it.
So I mean, realize that this is an emerging market, and now it's even better because now they've been beat up, and they've been beat up hard. I just see that as I see that is the best place to put your money for the rest of the year, because it's just so uncertain out there. You don't know what's going to happen to GM. You don't know what's going to happen to Apple. You don't even know what's going to happen to Tesla. Honestly, would you be in shock if you saw 450 in Tesla today?
I mean, today I would be in shock, but if it started to run down to 450 in 2 weeks from now, I wouldn't be in shock.
Yeah, right. And you can see the exact opposite. Would you be in shock if it was back to 900?
Yeah, I don't see those guys. The EVs are just had a nice week. Today looks like it's pre-market today right now, and everything's red, but even on a nice run, I mean, Tesla had to run back up to 600. So it's way, way off of its highs.
And I don't think that, what's so great about Elon Musk is he's controlled the conversation. He's told people to go look over here, don't look over here.
Yeah.
And his company is hemorrhaging money.
I was reading an article last night. Not that this matters at all, but his Twitter popularity score is at an all-time low. When he trashed Bitcoin, like the negative to positive comment ratio flipped massively for him.
Wow. Yeah, and it seems like he did that out of his own self-interest.
There is absolutely no question in my mind that was. I don't know what the self-interest was, but it was not a series of rational tweets, because he would have to be ignorant to make a $1.5 billion investment without even knowing the very most basic facts about the investment that he's making. So I'm assuming he's not ignorant, and when he put $1.5 billion in there, he had some basic clue of what he was doing. So the rest of his tweets made no sense. I won't call it market manipulation per se, but there are those people that might use that for other terms.
And nobody asked them about his company. No one asked him about, hey, what's your company doing? What's going on at Tesla? Why is your stock getting hammered? Nobody asked him.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know. I'm trying to take a quick peek at the EV stocks this morning.
Now, as you do that, I'm going to tell you that I'm in shock. I did not ever think I would see this coin back to 41, almost 42 cents.
Oh, you know why?
Why? Uplisted.
You're talking Dogecoin?
Yep.
Their Coinbase is bringing them on.
They already did.
They did. So that's, I don't know. I still feel like this is a temporary bounce, but that gives a lot more people access to it. And we saw with trying to buy XRP, access is everything. But
Well, if that other company gives us affiliation status, I will recommend them.
yes, exactly. So I don't know. I am not a Dogecoin believer. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. I mean, the crypto world's already confusing enough. Dogecoin makes no sense to me at all, other than people just having fun with it for now. But that's going to fade away. Yeah, Tesla's still sitting at around 600. It's at 605. It's down in pre-market. It's at 600, like right now as we're talking.
So, are you making a run on AMC today?
I'm hoping that there's actually, it looks like in pre-market, and this can change in a heartbeat. We saw yesterday the wilds. Yesterday was one of the craziest days ever in AMC. And as just on its coattails, a bunch of these retail stocks went bananas yesterday. I'm hoping for a pullback because at this point, even the most out of the money option you can buy, you know, today's Thursday, so I'm not buying any options that expire tomorrow.
Wimp.
I mean, you could, they're lottery tickets and they've paid off a lot.
Wimp. Don't be a wimp.
So I'm looking at next week's, which is still, they expire, so those expire 7 days from now. That's a very short-term option. For people that trade or don't trade options, seven days left is unbelievably short. So the most out of the money option was $120 call. And that's double the price of this stock. And it was $10.
And people were buying it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it had a lot of activity.
I mean, that's just a premium.
Oh, that's when it spiraled up like that yesterday. That's why I sold. Sorry, everybody. I sold for a profit yesterday on AMC. But I'm looking to buy back in. I'm just gonna wait for an opportunity to buy in. I mean, this thing, everybody knows this is trading at a multiple beyond its value that's ridiculous.
In his humble opinion.
This is not financial advice, in my opinion. And in my opinion, and in almost everybody else's opinion.
Oh, listen to this. Listen to this. Why is it moving? AMC shares are trading lower after the company announced it entered into an equity distribution agreement with B. Riley Securities and Citi Group Global Market to sell up to 11,550,000 shares of Common A stock.
How much? Did it say what price?
No, it did not.
11 million share. 11 million?
They are screwing these guys so hard.
They're set for life. They're set for 100 years.
Oh, no. That's an equity company. It's Citicorp.
Yeah, but if they're issuing 11 million new shares.
Oh yeah.
Then
$55. That's $632 million. I think these guys might have got outplayed this time.
These guys, so they just raised more cash by far than they ever been worth. And all they did was liquidate themselves a little bit. I'm gonna go see their outstanding shares.
I think the retail public just got played. You know that?
No, because I think the stock's still gonna go up. I think the stock's more valuable now. Now I'm gonna see how many, but that's a multiple year supply of cash. So this is a company that was virtually out of business a year ago. And now they just, in a heartbeat, got more cash. They're a $23 billion market cap right now. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me find the number. What's the flow? Yeah, they have 450 million shares. So they issued 11 million. That's 2.5% liquidation. So they just sold 2.5% of their company for $600 million. That's like the best move ever. Because the one thing you worry about with this company, the big worry with this company, and the reason the hedge funds were shorting it is they were going to run out of cash like imminently. And you run out of cash, you go out of business.
Right.
Now they've got enough cash to last indefinitely. This is not financial advice, but I would be a buyer of that news.
Oh, you think that's a good thing?
I always think it's a good thing. If a company can get their hands on money, their stock is up thousands of percent, and they're able to liquidate themselves 2% and get the most money they've ever had in the history of their company in all likelihood. So is their balance sheet better or worse now? It's way better.
You don't understand this game.
It makes them a better company. I mean, nobody's trading this because it's a good company anyway, in my opinion. Not that it's not a good company, but it's never been even a $1 billion company, and now it's a $23 billion company. Doesn't make any sense, but there's a whole other dynamic at work with this trade. This is a fight between the retail investors and the hedge funds, and AMC just made themselves so those two are fighting, and AMC's the winner because they just raised $500 million. That's a good day.
All right, I think I'm gonna have to go run and buy a tool because I'm not sure if that guy knows what he's doing.
All right, check it out.
I'll see you guys.
All right, everybody, good luck trading. Have a good day.
Make money. I'm gonna give the best bit of advice I possibly can. Buy low, sell high. You have a sign off?
Be safe.
See ya.